Lord Jesus Christ,
Son of God, forgive me and help me do better.
a couple of weeks ago I did a sermon in which I asked you, what's your soul worth? What are you willing to give for your soul? A few days after that sermon, I received an email from someone who had been there. And this person asked, what is a soul? Good question. What is a soul? That question's been asked for thousands of years. And I'm not sure we have any better answer today than they've ever had in asking that question for all that time. But somewhere, deep, deep in the recesses of being human, clearly there is something that says to us that there's a soul in us. So what is it? Well, I believe the single most important thing that humans have been gifted with is a particular concept or a particular sense of consciousness. Now, the lower animals have a form of it, but we have a very, very unique and distinct sense of consciousness. We know history. We know time. We have personal history. We have stories. We know the past. We remember the past. We don't know the future, but we know there is one. We live in a present, and it's very fleeting. And it goes to some future which we have a perception, a hope. We appear to be unique among biological creatures to have this kind of consciousness, this awareness. Without it, we would not be human. It's unique. Now the question is, where does it come from? There are some who believe it is the product of the brain. That the chemical reactions in the brain produce this kind of conscious awareness. And that when our body dies, and with it our brain, there will be no longer any consciousness. No memories, no past, no future, nothing. It will be as if we never existed. And we won't even know, because there will be no consciousness. And yet, I believe that will not happen. The brain will be dead, but something will still be alive. That is me and you. And it has consciousness. It has a story. It has a memory. And it will continue to have a future. That's what the soul is. And it's distinct. It's not like a drop of water being returned to the ocean. You will be recognized. whatever it is that is unique to you will be you. So what is it worth to you to have that and not lose that, if it could be lost? How valuable is that to you? What price would you pay to know that that continues, if it could be taken away? Now let's talk about Jesus. That's who we're here for today, right? We have spent 2,000 years trying to figure out who Jesus is, haven't we? And if we come to any clearer understanding today than when they were trying to deal with it, I'm not sure. We have creed, we have theology, we have beliefs, but look who's here. Compared to look who's out there. And where does that belief stay? I have a question for you. If Jesus was somehow human, and also somehow divine, God incarnate, did he have a soul? Clearly, as a human, he would. As God, that's another question. So when Jesus, in the midst of this, what happened to his soul? If he was fully human, what do you think he was feeling? What do you think was going on? I know this. He was afraid. Luke said he asked God, all the disciples, all of them asked God, all the stories, that he asked God, I don't want to do this. Please, I don't want to do this. Luke says that he became so passionate that his sweat turned to blood. We know that that's a medical occurrence when someone is so afraid that his muscles tighten up and squeeze the capillaries till they break and the blood comes out his pores. Jesus was terrified of what? A few hours of pain? A few hours of humiliation? I'm not so sure. Was he possibly worried about his own soul? If he was to give his soul for the souls of all of us who had failed to live to God's expected standards and whose lives were now in jeopardy of our soul not continuing, what would happen to his soul if he gave it for us? Gave it so that the souls of those very people who killed him would remain. That's pretty tough. That's pretty tough. Because the one thing we do know, that if our soul has jeopardy to it, then it's not just ours automatically and goes forward simply because, but then it fits within the framework of God's expectations of us. We know, trust me, I've faced death, and at that moment you know you have no power. You have no ability to control what's going to happen. And we know in our hearts we don't deserve by our own strength. And if you have any question about that, let me give you a little story. Imagine, if you will, that you have died and you've gone to heaven. Peter meets you at the pearly gates, okay? And he says, come on with me. We got a little service we're going to do, a little introduction to heaven. You go into this giant theater, and everyone you ever knew is sitting out there in the seats. And it's a giant, screen. And he says, Steve, this is your life. And everyone's going to see it through your eyes, through your inside feelings, your thinking, how you saw it. How many of y'all would like to do that? Anyone? No, because it will suddenly reveal some truth that I've been able to hide from all of you. My family, my best friends, everybody. It will be revealed. And I will know that I'm not worthy. And Jesus will suddenly stand next to me. And he will be my friend. Because he did it. And he gave it to me. My soul is in his hands. So I ask you, what's it worth to you? Really? What's your reaction? How can you repay him? How do you live your life with that knowledge? Go do it.